The mattress was very hard. I couldn't sleep well where it wasn't comfortable. Once in high school, I had a fight with the principal and got the beating of the world just because the beds were uncomfortable. I was swearing and trying to sleep at the same time. The guy at the coffee shop had turned off the electricity. When he left, I couldn't charge my phone. Maybe it would be good to talk to someone at night. I rolled my head and tried to sleep. Just as I was about to fall asleep, a small stone seemed to hit the coffee window. I looked up. There was no one there. I kept trying to sleep. The same stone sound came from the other window this time. This time I got out of bed and looked left and right. There didn't seem to be anyone around. The silence of the night made me feel even the slightest sound. I didn't hear any footsteps or people's voices around. I would have felt it easily as I looked out the window and turned towards the bed. This time the door slammed very hard. I turned around and no one was there. I went to the door and opened it. There was no one left or right. It was better not to sleep tonight. After all, I was in an unfamiliar village, in a place frequented by unfamiliar people. I picked up the bed, the mattress, and sat on a chair. I started to watch the village. All the lamps were out, the villagers were asleep, so I decided to take this opportunity to visit the village. There was no one on the street. The road work had stopped. Because of the winter, it was quiet left and right. I walked around all the streets of the village. Not much detail caught my eye. There were only a lot of ruined houses. There were no roofs, no doors, but they were intertwined with other houses. As I finished my walk in the village and headed towards the village cafe, one detail caught my mind. There was no mosque in the village. There was no cemetery, no church. It was a small village, and I was sure I had visited every part of it, but I had never seen any of these buildings. That was the only thing that stuck in my mind. This stroll in the village made me forget about the sounds coming from the windows and doors. In fact, I was a little distracted. I fell asleep in my chair as the clock approached dawn. I woke up to people coming to the cafe. "Did you sleep well?" they asked me. I said I did. Out of courtesy, it was obvious that they were uncomfortable with me. I was thinking to finish the homework quickly and get out of here. After having breakfast in the village cafe, I started to get ready slowly. I was going to settle in a hotel in Evıl and present the project with sloppy photographs. While I was packing my bag, one of the villagers, "What's up, brother? Which way?" he asked. "Let me go to Evıl. I've inconvenienced you." They didn't make a sound. In a way, they were admitting that they were uncomfortable. After saying bon appetit to everyone, I headed towards the door and a young boy grabbed me. The only young boy I saw in the village. He said, "Our Hadia told us that the village roads are closed and we will host you for 2 to 3 more days." "Hadia? Who is your Hadia?" I asked. Then he said I could meet him. The boy walked slowly towards the coffee table where the men of the village were sitting. Those who saw him clasped their hands in front of them as if they were seeing their elders and not a young man. "He is the guest of the Hadia," they said. They were all looking at me. I thanked the man who said that. I asked, "Is there somewhere I can stay?" He said he would take care of it and left the village coffee house. He had a white horse. He jumped on the horse and rode into the village forest. After what the boy said, the people of the village started to pay attention to me. They sat me at the head of the table and started asking me questions. The more they asked me questions, the more I started asking them. But in my mind, I kept wondering why there was no mosque in the village. After gathering the necessary courage, I asked them,